Hey guys, welcome all to Genesis. Now, this is Ark Genesis, the brand new DLC, and I'm going to show you everything that's up with Genesis Part 1. So, I basically spawned in every single item and every single creature that is possibly in Ark Genesis. There's a lot of cool ones here, there's a lot of, ones, but all of them are unique in their own different ways. So I think what we should do is we should go over, we should at least probably go over what some of the items are first. So, first of all, let's go over the stuff that we have over here. So these over here, if you're running with these small things, these are known as the tech sensors. So, obviously they have a bunch of different things to do. They detect range, so you can go all the way, like, up to here. So, the height is insanely large. You got the target on. It's very complex and weird, but these things are very cool. So they're almost like built-in cameras, if you think about it. And, okay, so this is the next item. So this is the pressure plate. I don't really know how to use this yet, but you all know what a pressure plate is. You go on it, it detects and does something different. Okay, this is pretty cool. So this is the tech jump pad. Now, the cool thing about this guy is now, obviously, it's a jump pad. So you jump on it, and you get leverage. Now, what's cool about it is you can actually direct this thing in different directions. So if I go to jump pad settings, I can almost have it, so let's see, it goes up, it almost says that. So when I now jump on it now, I go all the way over here. It's very cool. Alright. Wait, and there's one more thing. I forgot. This big boy over here. So you may be wondering what the hell this thing is. This is the ocean platform. So there's two types. There's this metal one, which is ginormous, and then there is a wooden one, which actually can fit in the side of this thing. And as you see on the over here, there's ways to get up, so you can get up this way. And this also cannot move at all. So like you can basically build like an entire like aquarium in here. Basically every single water creature in the game can fit in here. Also, one thing to note about this that I think is really cool is actually all the different creatures look completely different just because they're in like this cool environmental thing. Alright guys, so we're gonna go over our first creature I guess here. So this right here guys, this is the giant tortoise. There's another name for this thing, but it's way too goddamn hard to even say. So this guy's pretty cool. Now, the thing about this, I feel like that this is the lamest creature out of all the new ones, because it doesn't really do that much. And I'm going to show you guys why. So, obviously, he's a big giant turtle, and this is where he inhabits this large ocean region area. So, for one, like a turtle, he's extremely slow. He has 6 legs, like all this stuff. This is where the true magic of this animal comes in. So this guy has a big bite, pretty cool. He's a mobile underwater base. So you can build on top of his shell, and over time, actually, things will grow on him. So like he'll get moss, he'll get resources grow on him, but that goes for a while. He's basically just a giant submarine. And that's pretty much what he is. So you press spacebar, you go up, you press C to go down, and there's all these bubbles going around. He's actually producing oxygen. So this guy basically has infinite oxygen. Also look at the stats real fast. He has incredibly good stats. So he also sounds very, very cool. The problem is about this guy is that sure, he may have like that really cool, like, oh wow, like you could build on top of him, like you have infinite oxygen. That's cool about this guy. The problem is though, his attack is terrible. For one, he can't even, this guy, for the size that he is, he can't even stare up to a Rex. That is really sad. And this thing looks like it can destroy a Rex. But it can't. This thing just gets bodied easily. And that's just because he has a terrible turn radius. But see how I remember how this thing can fit in here? I wasn't lying. It can literally fit in here. That's how big this damn thing is. Also, one more thing about this ocean platform, guys. You gotta make sure you gotta take care of this thing, because over time it actually will decay. How he comes with benches that everyone can just sit on. But it's really cool. Oh, and there's one more thing that this guy got. I'm pretty sure also he's immune to whirlpools, because that's a big part about this map, or this biome. But check this out. He has something called bubble breath, and now I don't really know what this does. I think he just gets more oxygen. I think it's a knockback weapon. So, there's a few things going for this guy, but he's just not as cool as everything else. In my personal opinion, he's just kind of... He's not like... And again, none of these creatures in Genesis is bad. No, all of them are really good, but they're just different. They're just good in their own ways. Alright, so let's go over what this thing is. This is the dumbest thing out of all the things they added is a flaming spear. Don't care. So, yeet out of here. Yeah, these things. These are awesome. So these are the tech claws. Now, if you remember these things, these are basically from the very first trailer. I don't really talk that much, but they're pretty cool. So, actually, so you basically are Wolverine. So the cool thing is, the faster you hit, the more momentum and speed you'll get when you hit these things. And by the way, these things are really strong. So you can just, and the cool thing is, you can block while doing these too. So you can punch once, block, punch once, block, punch once. It's very cool how these things are. So let's try testing on these rocks. See? So, yeah, you'll get, so you go a lot more faster. Yeah, they're very cool. Next one is actually on my back, and you're wondering, well, where is it? Well, it's this thing right here, a tech shoulder cannon. Now, I don't really know how this thing really works. I do know it does something, but it's pretty cool how this thing is. So, basically, the cool thing about these things is that... Oh, I think we have to get off our little friend here. So, there's a couple of modes of this thing. It has a sniper mode, it has a rapid fire mode, and it has a bunch of stuff in it. Basically, it's pretty cool how it works. It doesn't do the most amount of damage, but it's something, you know, small and can fit on your back. This thing. This is the drill, the mining drill. So, it's actually not tech, and actually you can build this in the fabricator, and it's pretty cool how this works. So what you do is, it has to take gasoline in order to function. You rev it up like your lawnmower, and you can use it. And this thing can also gather basically every single material. So if I want to go over to, let's say, one of those quartz again, or one of these metal bricks, or ore, what I do is, I just turn this thing on, and it gets it for me. Now, it's not where you have to just go right up to it, and it just goes, jab, 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 jab. And, you know, it's just a little laser. Oh my god. Yeah, you get a lot of stuff in this thing. I'm pretty sure you can attack animals with the thing too, right? Yes, you can. Something. It doesn't really do a lot of damage. And another thing about this thing is, too, you guys gotta be careful because this thing can overheat. So it's almost like a Ghostbusters gun, kind of. But over time, it just has to refuel. And it does overheat, too, so that's one thing you guys want to make sure of that. And the final thing we got is our tech guided missile. Yeah, so we're copying off Fortnite now. I'm just kidding. So this is the cruise launcher. And the thing is with this thing is, it's basically, what do you think? It's a guided missile. And it's absolutely a beast. So you can just fire it like normal. And then you can also zoom in with this camera. I'm going to show you right now. So the thing about this thing is, before I fire it, it's only a one-time weapon. So if you shoot this once, it's done. Like, it's never going to come back. And then you have to build a completely new one. So make sure you spare this thing as long as you can. But let's fire this thing, why not? So we can just fire it like this. And there we go. So you access the camera, and then there's a little camera on the front of the missile, and this is how you pilot it. Now, it's not now, I just want to stress one thing that you guys need to know. It's not the fastest thing in the world. I'm telling you guys that right now. This thing, in fact, is actually pretty damn slow. Actually, no, it's really fast, and what I'm talking about. So, it's not like the most agile thing in the world, so you're not like cutting over bases or anything like that. You know, it's not like a crazy powerful weapon. Actually, I'm kidding, it's very powerful. Cool thing is also with this thing, you can actually go underwater with this too. So basically you have this camera, and this is really how you control it. And then if you want to hit something, so why don't we just hit something down over here. And then if you hit something, it will do almost like a pan. This is the last weapon we have. It is the Tech Grenade Launcher, and the name already tells what it is. It's basically a grenade launcher, and you can use every single grenade in the game with this. So you have your poison grenades, your tech grenades, normal grenades, cluster grenades, smoke grenades, and your tech gravity grenades. So now the one downside with this thing is, the reload speed is a long time, but it does a pretty good amount of damage. So actually what's cool is it fires off one of every single grenade at once. Not at once, but it will switch to them. So you first start off with your poison grenade, your tech grenade, then your average grenade, then your cluster, then your smoke, and then your grenade. So here's a good demonstration. So we just chuck that bad boy over there, and we can chuck this guy over too. It's pretty cool. This weapon, it's a very cool weapon. Now I don't know how to access it, but I do know it's kind of around that similar spot. Items. But this is we're gonna do one more item, and it is, before we get into the creatures, and it is this thing, the Tech Hover Skiff. Now, you may be wondering, like, what the hell is this thing? My friend, this is actually a plane. Well, not like a plane, but it's like a hovercraft. So, this is how you get on this really nice thing. And you can actually build stuff on here, too. And this is more for, like, transporting people and materials over different areas. Not, like, you can pick up dinosaurs or the thing, but it's not that crazy powerful. Like, it's not that crazy. So you press spacebar to bring it up, and then, it's like this until when you go ahead and get to a certain altitude, and then it goes into its flying plane mode. Yeah, so you just fly around. It's actually pretty fast if I go in, if I use sprint. Yeah, this thing is ridiculously fast. It's not even funny. Like, you can traverse through friggin' Ragnarok with this thing in minutes. It's pretty insane. So it's honestly a really cool thing. And I'm really happy that they brought in a flying vehicle, and a vehicle that actually works, because originally they had the Tech ATV, which that just bugged out. This is so clean, it's so smooth, it's absolutely perfect. It's much, much, much better than anything that the Tech ATV can give. Also, a cool thing about this thing is, like I said earlier, it can actually pick up creatures. And then I can bring them with us. Hold it again. And then, there we go. And if you want to put them back down, I'm pretty sure you do the same exact thing. And this thing can also pick up things like that thing. They can pick up a Magmasaur with ease. This thing is pretty damn cool. And then if you want to go for a nice big old land, see? Or X? Yeah, we press X, okay. Yeah, this thing is, my personal opinion, this is the best thing that they probably added right now in Genesis. It's very, very cool. I suggest that you guys should grind up and get this thing, because it is awesome. Now let's get into the fun part, the creatures. So since we had the giant tortoise out of the way, let's get into this guy, the Bloodstalker. So this guy is basically a creepy, scary spider who is, well, just a spider. And the cool thing about this guy is, you don't latch onto him. This little guy, he latches onto you. So he just, clinging onto you, and then you just control it the rest of the time. So he's a pretty swift creature on the ground, very mobile. He has one big hell jump. Watch this. So this is the best part about him. So you can hold in, and look how high this son of a bitch can jump. It's pretty damn insane. And this is my favorite part about him. Watch this. Hell yeah! This dude can web sling. Out of any creature, this thing has the ability to frickin' web sling. Now, the web sling is a little bit weird to get used to. I tried it a little bit. I'm getting the hang of it. It's really weird of how this thing works. And this thing, by the way, is, like, very big, like, for traversal. Like, this is the ultimate traversing creature. So look, you can go, like, over here, and you can go all over here. cool thing about this guy is that he can also walk on water too. You know, this is his attack. Very fast. This is cool about him. So if you hold out a weapon actually with this guy, he'll actually get up higher in this stance and actually allow you to get a little more of a leverage for your attacks. If you take it back out, it just goes like this. Yeah, out of all of them, this is by far one of my favorites. All of them are my favorite. They're so damn cool. Like none of these creatures are bad in my personal opinion. Even the turtle's not bad. Again, they're just built for different tasks. Which doesn't make them bad, which makes them actually really good. In other cases, people just can care less about them. Honestly, when it comes to creatures in Ark, I like to find something that these creatures are fun. And my golly gosh, like, these things are really damn fun to use. Like, in the bog where this thing is from, in this, the map, in Genesis, my goodness, these things are so much fun to use around in the bog biome. Like, it is insane of how cool these things can be used for. Next feature, the Ferox. So we have little baby dude, but little baby guy over here, little cute little dude, he can transform into a. So here I can pick him up. Use your average shoulder pet. I can pick him up, do whatever I want with him. But then he evolves into Big Boy over here, and Mr. Hulk is really angry. And you don't like him when he's angry. So you only have a limited amount of time for this thing to grow up into this thing. And it's just because if this guy eats too much element, he'll get into the big form. And then over time, he'll just turn back into his smaller version. So this guy is very fast. He's very, very strong. I'm telling you, very good creature. You got a nice big old attack. He has a big old AoE slam attack. He also can chuck boulders. The cool thing is with this guy is the more you jump, the more momentum you'll get. So the more you keep jumping, the higher you go and the faster you'll go. Now I don't want to jump too much because we're on almost a little bit of a landmass that is very limited. But you know. And here's a little unique factor. If this dude gets too big, or rather, if the Ferox gets too angry and oversensitive of element, he'll go in this thing called Bloodlust, where he'll just go ahead and just start killing everything, almost like a Giga Rage. So you gotta be very careful when to use this guy. Next creature, my personal favorite, the Magmasaur. Okay, let's talk about this dude. He is, he's cool. So for one, and that's no pun intended. So for one, he doesn't have the best turn radius, and he's not the fastest thing either. He's pretty darn slow, actually. But he's a very strong tame. Like, he is stronger than a T-Rex, stronger than a Spino, Rock Drake, Crab, you name it. Like, this thing's basically the Basilisk of Genesis. Like, he's very strong. So for one, he has a bite, he has a swipe. You know, just standard, attacks. But then he has some new ones. This guy can belch fire. So, you got a little fireball. Really do fireball. But what if you want to go big or go home? Like, what if you just want to, get a big one out? Well, you can do that. So if you hold down with the right mouse, you can go ahead and make a larger fireball. And it just go up a lot faster. And check this out. I will show you what I mean. Observe. Yeah, this thing's basically a giant ball of freaking artillery. He's basically a mobile tank. And you can tell why, because of all the goddamn health this thing has. But also because of all the different artillery attacks that this dude does. Now, in his home world, if you use this C, if you press C, in his home world, he was able to go ahead, or in the lava biome, he's able to, and I'm pretty sure it's only for the lava biome, but he's able to just spew out a whole bunch of, fire grenades. They have this huge AoE attack that does a massive amount of damage. and is extremely strong. And also, the cool thing is actually he can also smelt metal too. There's here, if I can get off of this dude, you can go in his options, and he can go ahead and do something called enable smelting. And there's one more cool thing about this guy I think is really cool, is actually he has the ability to swim in lava, so that's why he has this little heat shield. And actually, he'll build up more energy from inside of him in his internal forge, and that's what creates like the big AoE attack. If you actually get near him, he'll actually do damage to you just because he's so goddamn hot. And now to end it all off, this big bastard over here, known as the Astrocetus, or a space whale. And before we even go near him, I just want to say how really sick you can see his his organs inside of him. So you can see his lungs, his brains, his spinal cord. It's very, very cool. So this guy, whew, he is cool. Let's just take a look at him because this thing's massive. Like, he's humongous. And I have to eat, great. So I'm gonna turn off the HUD real fast. Yeah, but look at this guy, dude. He is freaking massive. Look at that. Now, these guys are found in the lunar biome, the hardest biome to live in this game. And they live in large groups, actually. You can find groups of 5 to 10 of these things, I'm pretty sure, in the lunar biome. And they are by far one of the hardest creatures to tame in this damn game. Like, they are not easy. So let's observe what this guy can do. Well, one, he's extremely slow. Saying that right now. Now, one thing is about this dude is the more straight you go and the more, like, you don't really move that much, the faster this dude will go. So each time when he blows stuff out of his blowhole, he'll constantly go ahead and get faster. Now, you can't, and that's the reason why you just can't take a lot of swift turns with this thing, you know? So this guy is basically just the Titan of everything. The Titan of Extinction, but really the Titan of Genesis. Now, I'm pretty sure he is a limited amount of tame, and I'm pretty sure that's not from food. I think that's just from the amount you have. And either way, this thing, I've seen a lot of the videos already. I've not seen any of these guys die yet. So, but what can this guy do? Well, one, he has a really cool bite. That is all balls. He also has a really, really cool tail spin. I don't know how he moves his entire body to even do that. And then he has a couple other unique abilities. He's able to... Oh, wait, wrong one. Oh, yeah. So if you're driving this guy, you can actually go ahead and drop bombs from him. Now, I don't know exactly how to use the bombs yet. It's not really anyone knows how to yet. But it is possible. So while you're driving this guy, you can drop the bombs, and then you can also have some other people on here, because this guy has a like a next level tier saddle, because this dude has freaking turrets on his saddle. So I can access one of these turrets. So I can, well, the cool thing is I can access one of these turrets if I want to, or if I can at all. So here we go, here I'm in the turret, and there's nothing in, oh yeah, because there's no element in here. Yeah, but look at that. So you can't aim in, but you have this little reticle, and then you can just shoot as long as you can. Pretty cool. It's a very cool, it's very, very cool. And finally, there's one more ability that this dude can have, and that is the ability to do something known as a hyperdrive. So if you ever seen the Star Wars movies when they go in like this, when they go in the light speed, well, that's what this guy can do, kind of. Now, it's not like he can just go up on the other side of the map. No, that'd be a little bit too OP. So if you press spacebar, he'll actually be able to teleport in a larger direction. Now, I'm pretty sure if you do this, he'll go in a area. There we go. He spawned on the other side of the freaking goddamn map. I do really like that trail that he gives off. Let's do that. Why don't we try that again, shall we? Charge up. Bam! Now you can't do too much or else they'll, you know, keep doing it. But otherwise, that is the space well. And that's basically the end of the video. So guys, so thank you all for watching this video. This was very fun to make, actually. And even to use all these creatures and check them out and just show you guys, because that's what I love doing. I love just showing you all the new things. So what do I think the best item is out of all these items in the game? The best item, in my personal opinion, is the, I may have to be the drill. The drill is very handy because you can use it on anything. Second would be the ocean platform, and the final one would be either the guided missile or the grenade launcher. Or, like, any of the tech weapons would take number 3. Like, it's very cool. The best creature, my favorite item, it's probably the tech claws. Best creature out of all of them, I think, in Genesis Part 1. Best combat for PvP is Astro Cetus by far, or the Ferox. Best way to get around, definitely the spider, or definitely the not spider, Bloodsucker. The best, like, dinosaur though, like, for everything, I have to give it probably to the Astro Cetus. It may be slow, but it can just freaking take out millions of people. It is insane. And if you just want one to start, I think the Ferox or the Bloodsucker is a great way to start out with everything. And my personal favorite, already said, was the Magmasaur and the Astro Cetus. But otherwise, that's really it. So again, guys, thank you all for watching this video. Make sure to like, subscribe. You can find me on Instagram, Snapchat, whatever you want to follow me on. You can also go ahead and check out some of the newer videos we have coming up. I kind of wanted to put this video together because I just wanted to get this out and to all of you, and I know that Genesis is getting big right now, and I kind of want to be a part of that pile. So also, I will have Genesis videos coming out this weekend of episode 1. I just wanted to go over everything. I'm thinking about making my own server so then you guys can also play, and then I can, play with some other friends who want to, get Genesis in, and I want to check out these new missions. I want to see everything what Genesis can provide until when we can see part 2. But anyway, guys, thank you all for watching this video. And if I don't see you tomorrow, and if I don't see you today, I will see you all in the next video. Cheers, fellas.
Hello, I'm Lene, a fractal personality designed to be your guide. Just listen to me and you won't get yourself killed. Probably. I'm new at this too.